Hello, viewers. Happy New Year 2023. We're thankful to be able to present the show to you today. And my co host, Sister Lami, Mrs. Lami Olemo, want to say welcome to the show.
Nice to be here.
So, today we're going to be talking about signs of depression because according to the, I did get some resources from the Mental Health America website, and it talked about depression, how nurses have been experiencing depression and anxiety. 1 in 5 since this pandemic thing. 1 in 5 nurse, okay, and the household. Okay, so that is not funny. So I can just imagine going through a hospital unit, and just count 5 people, and sure enough, somebody is dealing with depression in the household, just as a result of all the effects and stuff that has happened, you know. It dawned on us that some people might be dealing with that and don't even know that they have depression. And the sooner you can diagnose it, the better for you and for your loved ones, so you can get help. So I want us to, just play this, reflect with the signs and symptoms that we're going to be talking about today, and just run this through your mind. Are you experiencing this? Is any family member experiencing it? So if you are, please get help. We need you around, okay? We're short of healthcare workers nowadays, right? Nurses are retiring, things are happening, and there's a shortage at the workplace. So the few of us that we have, you're very precious. Let's get past this thing called depression. So can you share with us what are your ideas? What do you think about depression?
Some of the signs and symptoms of depressions are sadness, feeling blue, tiredness, don't want to socialize,
Oh boy.
just want to sleep all the time, pull the curtains and just don't want to interact with people. And I can't think of all of them right now, but there's a lot of signs, restlessness, irritability,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and just can't even think.
Yeah.
And sometimes lack of sleep.
Processing, lack of ability to process
Things.
information,
Yes,
memory.
yeah. Lack of sleep,
Yeah.
and then it result into fatigue too,
Yeah.
like we've mentioned.
Yeah.
Memory loss, not able to
Comprehend information.
exactly.
Also, what about we're talking about insomnia? Some people would just sleep all day. So it's either you're sleeping too much or not sleeping at all.
Yeah, part of the depression is because the insomnia, lack of sleep,
Yeah.
and then the mind is racing, embracing and intrusive thoughts sometimes, and then suicidal ideation just from depression,
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of times when you can't sleep, the insomnia result into like headaches.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
headaches, and it just goes into other stuff,
Yeah.
which can result into high blood pressure, and into diabetes,
Yeah.
cardiac problems
Yeah.
and stuff like that, because sleep is important,
Yeah.
for all of us.
Yeah. I can just imagine, okay, so going through the crisis of the pandemic, we just came out of that. People are still operating in high level stress. And I can imagine, say, like night shift, for example, night shift nurses or day shift nurses. But I remember working night shift. This was way back before anything called pandemic, right? This was like in the 94 or something. I remember because I work night shift, my husband has to work during the day. So we try to play tag team. And all the time when the kids come home from school, they see me sleep during the day. And so I pull the curtains and make it dark so I can sleep. And it just seemed to be that every time I'm home, everywhere is dark. I remember one of my kids, my oldest son at the time, who was like 4 or 5 years old, No, I think this was when he was a little bit older, and he says, "Mom, you're always sleeping." But I work. I work, and just because you work night shift and try to alternate work with your spouse, and some people don't have a spouse, so they're single. So, I mean, if it was hectic at that time, I just can't imagine what it would be like in today's world with the pandemic thing that people went through. I'm not at that level anymore, but I just can't even imagine, the stress
The
level.
stress of, because when you sleep all the time and the curtains are pulled, because we do need light, we do need there's something about light that
Yeah.
helps,
Yeah.
the mood.
Yeah.
And then when you pull the curtains and you're sleeping all the time, then your mood goes down too.
Yeah.
And working nights, is a lot of us made that decision to work night because of our children.
Yeah.
To be at home around, so that if anything happens,
Yeah.
we're accessible.
Yeah.
And that's why we did work
Yeah.
nights. And a lot of us did commute. I personally
Oh,
commuted.
yeah. I did too.
Because I don't want to be working during the day and I'm in another city an hour away from home.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did work. I did work a lot of days. And so when you work a lot of days commuting, an hour to work and working 12 hours, commuting back another hour.
Yeah.
And then when you're off,
Yeah.
it's like your body is so tired and beat
Yes.
up that you just still want to sleep.
Yeah.
So you don't have the energy to get up and go.
Yeah.
And to even push yourself to have other activities
Yeah.
that will lift your mood. So I personally woke up one day and just view myself like, is this all it is to life? Work and sleep. Because I couldn't,
Yeah.
keep in touch with my friends.
Yeah.
I had no energy for
Yeah.
social life or anything like that. So I just viewed my home. I started viewing my home like this is a coffin. It's like a coffin. It's like I started viewing the four corners of my home as, is this how my life will end?
Jesus.
Just work and sleep. Because when I'm off, I don't have the energy to mingle.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
takes a lot of work to mingle. And
Yeah.
when somebody invites me for a party, then I start having headache and anxiety for the fact that I have to look for something to wear
Oh,
or
my
how to,
goodness.
because in those days I had no clothes.
Yeah.
I just had scrubs and
Oh, that's all you have,
and that's
scrubs.
that's all I had.
That's all you
So
wear.
it's like for me to think about going to the store to look for clothes, I didn't have that energy
Yeah.
to go from store to store
Yeah.
to look for what I need. So then I give up going out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I start back working again, and then the cycle just keeps going,
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
And I just find myself not being happy. It's
Yeah.
like, you're just not happy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can just imagine, say, at that time, maybe your spouse or your children, from the perspective of people who are not familiar with this profession and what you go through as that nurse, going to work every day and doing what you do. You love doing what you do, but it costs you something. This is the life at home that it costs you, but people can't relate to that.
No, they cannot, because my son told me,
Yeah.
all you do, Mom, is
Yeah.
walk, sleep,
Yeah.
walk, sleep. And you
Yeah.
have to I did feel guilty.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're sitting down, I'm off, but I have no energy.
Yeah.
And they're looking at me, and at one point I was
Yeah.
a single parent.
Yeah.
So it was like I didn't have the other person that could drive us around. It's still me
Yeah.
that have to do all that. So, and I feel the guilt of not meeting your children's needs,
Yeah.
then put you down, makes you more sad. It's
Yeah.
like you just feel inadequate,
Yeah.
but all you're looking at, you just want to put food on the table. You just
Hey.
want to
Yeah.
do what's best for your family.
Yeah.
And at that time, that's what I could do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all I could do. I had no any other outlet,
Yeah.
other outlet. That's all I could. And I didn't know any better, I should say.
Yeah. Okay. So now that you know better, and it's a season where we have to consciously put ourselves in a mood, because the routines of life can easily push you into a state of depression, despair, anxiety, but you have to consciously make some efforts to say, I am not going to go in that direction. I'm going to consciously make decisions that's going to make my life and my children's life feel more fulfilling. How can we accomplish that now that you know what you know?
Now that I know what I know, there's a lot of things that have come to play.
Yeah.
Because now the children are they're grown.
Yeah.
And then life is not the same. The life has evolved.
Yeah.
It has evolved.
True.
Now there's so many things you can search to help you.
Yeah.
You can even go to Dr. Google. Dr. Google does help, with a lot of stuff. And there's a lot
Wow.
of stuff on Facebook, on
Yeah.
YouTube that, that you can do to help you. Those days we didn't have social media like that. So we
this.
didn't have
Yeah.
that outlet,
Yeah.
to help us like that. Even though we're nurses.
Yeah.
Even though we're nurses, because
Yeah.
we just focus on our patients and our job. We're not thinking about other stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if you specialize in one area of nursing, you're not looking at the mental health part of it. And in those days, mental health was even a stigma.
Yeah.
So you're not even accepting that you have anything going on. You're not even sometimes you're not even aware that you have
Yes.
something like that going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now, you have to wake up with an intention that today is going to be a good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something called gratitude. Thanksgiving always lifts the mood.
Yes, yes,
Doing
yes.
for others,
Yes.
helping others,
Yeah.
it does, it does a lot.
Yeah.
And then just mingling with friends, make it a habit to have some few friends you can go out with to the movies, to dinner, stuff like that. Music,
Yeah.
listening to music.
Yeah.
And just doing other stuff. There are other activities.
Intentionally laughing, finding. Now this is where
Comedy.
the phrase
Yeah.
"laugh out loud." It just does extra
It
something to you
relieves.
when you hear yourself laugh. Just laugh like there's nobody else listening, and dance like there's nobody looking. Intentionally make yourself happy.
Happy.
Yeah,
It's a
and those
medicine.
kids, I'm going to tell myself, like I would jump on the couch, like on the day that I have enough energy, and play one of the kids' favorite cartoon music, and I'm like singing and jumping, and they'll be like, "Mom, you are so weird," and I actually enjoy goofing around with them. That is medicine. Just see them laugh, and laughing at my goofiness. It's funny. That gives them something to talk about for the next few days.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
well, you there, Mom did this. Oh my God, So yeah, just finding ways to bring laughter.
Laughter. In those days, what I did for myself was listening to gospel music. I used to listen to praise and worship music, and I did, and I would say that Whitney Houston did bring a lot.
Wow.
I listened to a lot of her music,
Wow.
and that helped me.
Wow.
And those days that we have the record player and stuff like that, it's not like now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll put my record thing on
Yeah.
there, and I select the music that I want.
Yeah.
Yolanda Adams did help me, with a lot of, the music,
Yeah.
So I did a lot of like the praise and worship and stuff like that. But still, that's not enough. You need other
Yeah.
stuff. You need your friends.
Yeah.
Those you could talk to, those you can go out. Schedule, if you have a spot, schedule date nights.
Yeah.
Family
Yeah.
nights.
Yeah.
Game nights.
Yeah.
Stuff like that with
Yeah.
the kids and everybody that you guys can mingle
Yeah.
and do things
Yeah.
outside the
So
house.
this is part of the reason, one of the major reasons why we're bringing this out, so that our viewers can reassess themselves. And maybe it sounds like maybe we're talking about the signs and symptoms. You'll be like, wow, you sound like you're talking about me. Or you sound like you're talking about my child that I just, And so now that you get an idea. There is a tool in Mental Health America. There is a screening tool that you can actually go on that website and just take the test. It's a free tool, mental health screening tool. Go in there and just take the quiz and see where you are, how it rates you. You can't go wrong, and it's anonymous. Yeah, so it's not like you're going to go put yourself out there. It's very anonymous, and when you score yourself and you see like, wow, this is not good, I need help. Okay, and like you said, a few friends, you could have many friends at work. I had a lot of friends, but no friend came home with me. I don't have friends that come home, like personal. But it's always good to have that one or two friends who can get past your I don't feel like it. Now, No, I don't feel well, my back. Now, that friend can say, listen, we're going to go to the mall today. Let's go. You'll be complaining and all of that, and I notice that when that happens for me, sometimes I may grudgingly go like, oh. And when I come back, I'll be like, oh my God, I had fun. I'm glad I went. It was so much. So, yeah, sometimes you need somebody that can help you get out of your box.
Yeah, that can feel you and know
Yes,
you
and
real
know.
good. And
Yeah.
you said, okay,
Yeah.
we need to do this.
Yeah.
Even though you don't want to, we
Yeah.
need to do this. Yeah.
In line with this subject, I like to bring up that I've noticed some friends who are not friends that will lie to you. You're not doing well, and they'll say they want to cover. Oh no, you're okay. No, you're not. There are a few people that should be able to tell you, my dear, I see you. I know you better than you're seeing yourself. Something is wrong. Let's go get care. No, you don't want somebody to pacify you, sugarcoat your health. Because if you're not well, a lot is going to suffer. Your family is going to suffer. Your children are going to suffer. Your job is going to suffer. Your patient that you care so much about, they're going to suffer. They're going to be the one that will report you first to your supervisor. This nurse, she has an attitude and this and that. So please, you want to get your healing, peace of mind, however way you can get it. So yeah, that was very informative and refreshing. So in order to recap what we just said, as nurses, we're trying to reach out to you to be able to take care of yourself and your loved ones. So watch out for the signs and symptoms of depression or anxiety, anything in that mental health area, and get help. Okay, we got resources from the Mental Health America. That's a website you can go to and just get as much information as you can and take the screening test, okay? And we want to encourage you to be each other's keeper, be friends with somebody that can help you and tell you, and don't take offense when somebody tells you, are you okay? Okay? So when you go home, pay close attention to your loved ones. And hopefully, please share this video with your family, your sons, your daughters, your husband, your wives, and your children, so that they too can relate to what this is. Somebody, or maybe your spouse, might just be thinking, why is she always like this? But this might give a hint that something is wrong and they need to help you. Okay? And if it's your spouse or your loved one, your mother, or your teenager. A lot of kids have experienced so much in this time and are dealing with this, in their own way without even talking to you, their parent. Please pay attention and let's get help for our kids. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Okay? Thank you for watching. God bless you. See you next time. Bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye-bye.